Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Kashish Mindiratta. So continuing our C++ STL series, today's video is upon set. So set is a container, it's a associative container. So from this video we will be covering associative containers. So associative containers are those in which elements are not identified by where they are stored, means in an array it is identified by their index, in stack it is identified that whether it's top or not, in stack it is, in set it is not identified that where it is stored, it is identified by the key. So in the set the key and the value are the same. So we can say that basically in associative containers key has to be unique. So we can have a key map thing, but key should be unique. So in this case key and value are the same. So it's just like a container in which we can have unique elements. So how we can create a set? So just it's, so we can say that set is a container in which we just have the unique elements. So behind the scenes it's being implemented by the BST, binary search tree, and the data we get after that is sorted, means means you can say that the implementation of the set is just like the BST, and when we ask for the elements of the BST it returns the in-order traversal of BST. So that's how it works. So to create a set we need to write the set class and the data type. So this is the syntax, set name. So we have created a set of an integers with the name s. So to insert an any element, earlier if there was a vector int v, so to insert any element in a vector we have to write vector dot insert, then iterator and then value, means where we want to insert we have to pass the iterator to that position and then the value. But here we just need to pass what the value need to be inserted, because here the position is not relative, it will insert automatically in the BST depending upon the value. So you need not to tell that where to insert. So we just need to tell that what to insert. So I have inserted 12 and then 1. So a BST would have been created by 1 and 12, and then when we have inserted 12 again, so it knows that 12 has already been in the BST, so it will do nothing, it will just have this one. So after that BST will be 1, 12 and 32. I am just writing these at once, I am not creating a BST, I am just telling that what are the elements of the set. So better notation would be, if I write the set would be here 1, 12, 32 and 34. So now again when we print, when we try to insert 12 it will not do so. Now when we insert 64 it would be inserted at last. So now when we insert 324 it would be inserted. I don't want you to assume that it would be always inserted at last. So let's say now it would be 3, so it would be inserted after the 1. So if we try to see the set would be this one. So 1 here it would be 64. I have written 32 two times, but that's not the case. Here it should be 34, here it should be 34, here it should be 34, and here it also should be 34 and 64. Let's run that. So you can see that we get the element in the sorted order, and every element is a unique, means 12 I have inserted 3 times, but it has been inserted just one time. So I have printed the elements and it has given me the sorted or form. So the next thing is that it has also the iterators which are same as vectors. So iterators are same, so it has begin, it has end iterator, it has reverse begin, it has reverse end iterator. I will not cover that because I have covered that in my earlier videos. Yeah, so we can erase the element also. For that we need to pass the iterator. For example, I want to erase the beginning element, so to erase the beginning element we have to pass the iterator to the beginning position. So let's erase that, and now see that now the set will start from 3 instead of 1 because 1 have been removed. Yeah, so 1 have been removed. So you don't need to memorize the methods, you just need to understand that how the things work in a particular data type. So here insert has just one argument, in vector it has two argument. You should know that it has one argument because we don't need to pass the position, it just directly insert that by itself. So it doesn't make sense to have a, so I put a cross here. So it doesn't make a sense to put the functions like push back and pop back in this one because it's not the position where matters, it will insert automatically. So these two functions are not valid here, and so I have tell you the insert, erase. The most important function used in set is that s dot find. So we can find that whether a element is there in the set or not. For example, if I want to find that whether a element of 32 is there in the set, so what it returns is that it returns an iterator, pointing to that number. So if I want to find 32, it will return the iterator pointing to 32, but if 32 was not found, it will return the end of that. So it would return s dot end. So we can use that to say that whether an element is there or not. So if I say that if s dot find is equals to s dot end, so what that means is that the element has not been found. So we can print that element is not found. Else we can say that element is found if the iterator is not the end, then it is the iterator to that element. So we can copy that first. So what we can do is that we can say that itr equals to s dot find, and here let us say we want to find 32, and here we compare itr with that, else cout star itr. So let us see that else without if. This was the if statement, and after that I have written the else. Why it's complaining? Okay, so I have missed a semicolon here. So you can see that 32 was found, so it has printed out 32. So let's try some element which is not there in the set. So it is not there in the set, so it will print out that element is not found. So this was the main things of the set, and the time complexity of its operations is of log n because in a BST means it's not the BST, it's the balance BST behind the scenes. So to insert any element, it takes log n time, to erase it takes an of log n time, and this was the main find function which you will use a lot if you are using the set. And other functions like sort and reverse don't make sense in set because we already get the sorted data, and we can't reverse that because it's the property of the set that it will return the sorted data. So if we want that we shouldn't get a sorted data, then we can use an unordered set. So what's that? So let's discuss about the unordered set also. So if we just care about what are the elements in the set, we don't care about whether it gives us a sorted data or not, then we can use the alternative of this using the unordered set. So unordered set int of s. So let's try to run that with the unordered set. All the methods of set and unordered set are the same. Okay, so I have to change that way also. So I have changed here. So now let's see that. So you can see that the elements are in any order, means it's neither in the order we have passed the elements, it's just a random order. Okay, so but the elements are unique. You can see that 12 was inserted just one time, not inserted 3 times, and 3 was the begin and 3 was deleted, and after that 32 was left. And after that I tried to find 3287 in the set, but it was not there, so it was element not found. Let's try with some element which is find. So means the only difference is how you get the elements back when you try to access that. So if you just care about what are the elements in the set, and you can perform the find to find any element in the set, so you can go with the unordered set. So yes, 32 is fine. So set and unordered set are quite similar, but just the only difference is that you get sorted data in set and unsorted data in unordered set. And also the time complexity of this is, and it performs all the things in constant time. So amortized complexity would be its of 1, and this in the case of set it is of log n. In the most of the cases of log n is less than of 1, but if in some cases that unordered set may take more time as compared to set, but it all depends upon application how you use it. So this was all about the set and unordered set, and we will see you in the next video.